prayer first. All the mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation of nations. May they experience happiness be separate from suffering severely. I raise relation in the still one surpass perfect complete the precious of Buddhahood. All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation of nations. May the experience happiness be separate from suffering severely. Always solution in the storm, surpass perfect complete the precious of Buddhahood. Dalai don't worry zibe da no bar zibe ge karba dan dam je be barde ju bar ze tam je zor zibe man am ga dan yan sim je dam je de wa dan de nong ara dan ra ren yor de lan na me ba yan da bar zo be san ro bo je do bar sa Dasanta achieving light dreaming, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the Manda. Order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, the Dakinis, and the Dhamma Gardens, the possessors of the eye of wisdom. And I attain the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise the example of a Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas ambassador enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path. True for the benefit of all sentient beings giving birth to Bodhicitta. And I apply myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge under enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddha for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be suffered from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May the rest and economy free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those have already reached the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it represent, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samhita prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, all space filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, unnoted oils, manifesting like the fragrant incense. I make offering to the fine garment of perform the poor pero for the high, small meadow on the orange, the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with a grateful faith to our Buddhas. I prostrate to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samantabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakshika Buddhas. Those have entire Aharashya, those who have entire path of all other beings, recourse to all great protector and the Buddha's truth and the highest way of Dharma, as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending to pass into Parindavana to living long for us many eons, as they are atoms of the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, and confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water, and the stream of the flowers. It is adorned with the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. As a Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha faith. To the lamas who possess the three kayas, I offer the altar, inner, and the sacred offerings. with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the spirit realization and enlightenment. What Om Guru Renanda Labunza Manga Samanda Savarana Samaya Hong. Equal refuge, your nomen words. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor of Arjadara without doubt. I bow at Father Jikti Songong, continually attain with no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma, of the two vehicles, and the combination according to the disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of two words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has a compassion for beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60th branch of Haramana speech. He wears wisdom silver to cast settling over suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels of the perfect in the body of our knowledge. I supplicate you, magician, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapasanade, 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 Om Wangi Shoramo, Om Wangi Shoramo, Om Wangi Shoramo, Wangi Shoramo. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses and dispel darkness of my ignorance. Worldly ignorance are posted before you and praised to Manjushri. Yuna Gulen Changwai Bo Yishi Dume Ragdambar Jidin Tomo Mesewa Yambara Yang Las Hanselo. Tamge doje yaje reizan rong yenje mado deje bonjo ba serje lembo tawre jipe shaje jarbe jala gezan ze dorjen janjen delo naro da marba malai jeje gambo Pamo zhiba yerwan di gong be ga ju lama nam la zorwan de ru mei ji je yen je wo rang ne de song sang je gen je ngo wo ni rang sem ji ge ngo song dong ze be za we lam me ya la zorwan de. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening.
Good morning, Kempola.
Hello.
Morning,
Good
Kempo.
morning,
Hi.
Kempo.
Morning, Kempo. How are you?
Morning,
Good morning.
Kempula.
Fred.
Bless you.
So today I'm going to share the teaching Supplication Para. I think mostly you have many times already this teaching. So I'm going to talk same again and again, okay? That's okay for you? So also we have a very new to the teaching, this one. And yeah, I know mostly you are here, have many times already this Supplication Tara teaching. So I'm going to share this teaching the root text. So this teaching only we have today within 2 hours. So I'm going to finish it completely whole thing. Then so you know, so this we have some commentaries the short ones, long ones. And if you want to go more details, then you can use this book and go more detailed Supplication Tara. And then we have also a little short one. So this both are different. But I think this book has more information. So you can learn, wanted to go more detail, you can learn from that book and start understanding more information. So this 7th supplication to Tara is even very short teaching, but this teaching has all the Buddha's 3 times teaching is within in this, I mean, the subsumed within included all these teachings here is this 7 verses of supplication to Tara. So the Buddha, when he shared the teaching, also followed by, auto level for beginner people, inner level for meditators, sacred level, very high level practitioners. So followed by 3 different levels where to understand the teaching. And this supplication Tara also has, each verses has, you can understand auto level, inner level, and the sacred level. 3 different levels meanings is in this teaching has. Auto level is for, usually for beginner. And then, this generally with Tara and we are separate. Separate means that Tara is an enlightenment being. We are ordinary being. So then we Tara, ask to Tara, please bless me, dispel my, purify my negative karma, purify my obstacle, and and we supplicating us help and blessings. So that is followed by more auto level teaching. The inner level here, we meditate. Tara actually is our form body is same as a Tara's form body, because when we practice the Yadam Deity sadhana, so we visualize, the form is enlightened form, speech is enlightened speech, and the mind is enlightened mind. So you can visualize yourself enlightenment being, and then practicing using this sadhana prayer is followed by inner level practice. So sacred level practice, Tara is not any other than your natural mind. Your natural mind itself is Buddha and Tara. You cannot find Tara any other than your natural mind. So all the enlightened beings, same as our own nature, not separate. So long as you recognize your own true nature, and you will accomplish all these Yadam deity and Buddhas. So that's the sacred level we practice and meditate. Today, I can share with you, I don't know which follows goes, sometimes I follow by auto level, sometimes I follow by inner level, sometimes I follow by sacred level teachings. So maybe I explain different verses different ways. It's nothing wrong. You can follow these 3 different levels. Just whatever comes to my mind, I explain to you. And then sometimes arise auto level. So, anyway, you can receive auto level where teaching. Sometimes arising teaching is inner level, sacred level. So whatever arises, you also have to accept. Due to our time, we cannot follow all these three different levels explained. Then also according to wrote this book, so this supplication Tara is can be philosophy, Buddhist philosophy. Yeah, I can follow by explaining Buddhist philosophy logically and explain. Then this supplication Tara is we can follow by practice the same as Yadam deity sadhana. Usually we use the deity practice. So Tara is Yadam deity, and then this sadhana is Yadam deity. It's a very short way to practice Yadam deity. If we go some more, another level is followed by Mahamudra. So everything is, introducing, or this each words introducing our own natural mind. So this has many different levels. Then another way is like we using this supplication Tara is our own protection. So it's become prayer and protection. So many different meanings included in this short prayer sadhana. So I just explain you, and whatever comes, you have to accept. I already told you, and we can follow by first verses. The first I have to share you this name. The 7 verses of supplication to Tara means this has 7 verses, just whole thing. Then supplication to the Tara. So this book or this teaching is come from Jigten Songgung when he is become enlightened, and he have a vision of Tara, then naturally arise from his mind and the supplication to Tara. That's why this prayer is very powerful, because someone writing and enlightened beings, have a connect with Tara, and that's why his teachings arise through his promoter wisdom. So you chant this, you feel is a blessing and the power also. The reason is it comes from enlightened beings, and the Tara is a blessing. They're two. So you can hear voice something, but we have a translator here, Spanish translator. You can hear some voice. I think it's okay. Where somebody not talking just not meaningfully, please, you have to understand that. So now we go to the first verses. First verses, in the realm of the unborn mother, the Dharma Dhartu, by the revering mother, the deity Tara, she bestows happiness on all sentient beings. I supplicate Mother Tara of Dharma Dhartu to protect us from all fears. So when you chant or cultivate using these first verses and meditate, then you using this teaching, have to connect with your natural mind. Or you can connect with the Tara, enlightened being. So there's 2 different ways you can follow. First, I explain you auto level supplication Tara, auto level. This verses, in this first verses is most important. I can see other all verses is subsumed to in this first verses. The meaning or can subsumed to this first verses. First, we think about like auto level to supplication Tara. In the realm of the unborn mother, Dharma Dharta means we, pray to Tara. Tara is in the pure line. So somewhere, in the pure line, we know like enlightened somewhere else. Then by the revering mother deity, we say you are be in the pure line. you are there, and she bestow happiness over sentient beings. You, Tara, you giving blessing, you giving protecting other beings, giving happiness for many beings. So please also give me blessing and protect me and give me happiness. We just requesting, supplicating Tara us to help. Then, so as supplicate Mother Tara or Dharma Dharma, we supplication to Tara, protect us from all fears. Please protect me, my, fears. So you visualize Tara and chant these verses strongly from your heart. Then that really helps remove your obstacle and remove your fears. So then you can feel this, like the Tara's blessing. Due to that, you feel very happy and joy. So that's why she bestow happiness all sentient beings. You feel that. So that is the ultra level, usually we, supplication to the enlightened beings. When you fears obstacle, emotions, and sad, not that pleasant, something going on. So you visualize Tara and does this, like what I say, supplication to Tara, and really helps remove this, negative thoughts, emotions, and remove the fears. Because if fear is all the time comes, our mind, that's all due to our self-grasping. So then that time always we thinking about I and my, then all this fear is arising. So you visualize Tara supplicating, and that moment you forget I and the self. So you are under the enlightened being's protection. So you forget I and the self, then due to that, and naturally your fear is dissolved and released. It's not that hard. It's very easy, long as you just have a devotion, does this kind of a supplication prayer, so we can release our fears. If you do that, follow what I says, that kind of a supplication to Tara, we must have to have a devotion. So we have to know this enlightened beings has love, compassion, wisdom, always with us, long as you're open mind and open heart. And if you're calling them, they are always there. You have to know, and then so that moment that you know, and it's then supplicating to Tara and enlightened beings always there. So then you fear that also blessing. So that due to that, you can release the fears. That's the, I can say, ultra level following we practice prayer, supplication to Tara, first verses. Then we go to the inner level, supplication to Tara. In the realm of the unborn mother deity Dharma Dharma. So, and that time, of course, you also think like ultra level first, then you slowly, like you meditating, visualize, looking to your own mind. No, the let go of this also visualize, you just look to your mind. In the realm of the unborn, means like your natural mind is unborn. Why is unborn? Because the natural mind never have a birth. That's why natural mind never die, never have a birth, never death, free from birth and death. So the point is, the realm of unborn means your nature is always there. You never lost. Nature is no birth, that's why no death. So the birth, death is only our perception. You know, truly, we don't have a birth, we don't have a death. Absolutely, truly. The same example, you know, like sun didn't have a sunrise, sun didn't have a sunset. It's our perception have a sunrise, sunset. Where you live, you see sunset, sunrise, but it's only your perception, you know. So other place, when we have a sunset, there's sunrise. Otherwise, cannot be that kind of happening, right? So we know, and our perception, you know, due to delusion, we have a birth, we have a death. But truly, our natural mind never have a birth, never have a death, free from birth and death. So the realm of unborn mother is called Mother Tara. Your natural mind is called Mother Tara. Tara is no any other than that. Tara means your true natural mind. The Dharma Dharma, where is it that Tara be is Dharma Dharma means true nature state. So you know when you are in log to your natural mind, free from delusions. So that is called Dharma Dharma. And the Tara is be in absolute Tara is be in the true nature state. It's free from delusion states. It's Tara. So the point is when you chant these verses, first sentence, you chanting this verse, reading, you know, first sentence, you looking to yourself, have to recognize ourself is emptiness, not truly exist. If you can then go into look to your natural mind, then your nature is free from dualistic conceptual thoughts. So then you are being to that natural state. At that moment, we are Tara, absolute truth Tara. So that's called the Buddha. Then, you know, go to the second sentence. Abhaj Reverend Mother Deity Tara. The Tara is be in the Dharma Dharma. Dharma Dharma is no door states. And as long as you're free from conceptual thoughts, so then you recognize your natural mind, that is Tara, that is always be there. Abhaj Reverend Mother Deity Tara means Tara is in the true natural state. So the third sentence, she bestows happiness on all sentient beings. So then, long as you recognize that true nature mind, that is absolute truth of happiness. So that happiness is not temporary happiness. That happiness is true happiness, and you get long as you realize your natural mind, then we have absolutely blessing. True happiness come from. Other everything is temporary happiness. So that is only absolute truth happiness. Then last sentence, Supplicate Mother Tara. So of Dharma Dharma to protect us from all fears. So you can supplicating Tara means actually you supplicating your own true nature. So your true nature is the Tara, enlightened being. You're supplicating to your own true nature, you recognize your own true nature, and then that is absolute true the protection. So then that time, that moment, you are free from all the fears. Because you are into absolute true nature states, there no self. Self is no exist. Long as self is no exist, then fear is no exist. So Supplicate Mother Tara, Dharma Dharma, you know, Dharma Dharma to protect us from all fears. That time you much, you know, ever you can put effort, try to get into your nature mind, let go all the conceptual thoughts. You have to really looking into your own nature mind. You try, you be into your own natural mind, then you are free from all the fears. Fear is not exist. You remove all the fears. Not only, you remove that moment, your fears, you purify, destroy also your self-grasping. Causes of fears also you remove. So that's the absolute truth of protection. And as long as you recognize then your true nature, see, then that is, she bestows happiness all sentient beings. Then you have your true happiness, and also you can have it for other beings. So that verses when you read, you have to follow by what I just told you, outer level, supplicating Tara, and inner level, supplication to Tara. Outer level, you can visualize, supplication to Tara, us to support and help, bless us. Inner level, always you have to go into your own nature mind. You don't really have to visualize Tara, but you have to look into your own nature. You have to recognize your own true nature. That's the first verse. So when you have fears, the point is when you have fears, always think about these verses. Try to cultivate these verses. Meditate, use these verses. It's good is you memorize these verses, because then you can apply these verses anytime. When whatever you're doing, other activities, so long as you have mindful, and then you can apply these verses and use the meditate. This really helps you. These verses really help you, take you to the absolute nature states. So something you need supports words. So remember that words and directly help you to take you to the nature mind. Otherwise, you always be lost. We need something support, because without that support, it's really hard to get in the nature states mind. Everyone okay? We're making little noises here. And so you have to know that when you have fear, emotions, sad, and so much thoughts going on, and fear is very strong, heavy negativity, that whatever this kind of arising, right away, chant these verses and meditate. Then these verses really help you remove. Okay, hello. Hotspot is better than this.
Now it came back. The internet.
Can hear you now.
Yes, the hotspot's better than quality.
Hotspot is better, you think?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's better.
Okay, then. I'm going to change it to the hotspot. Thank you. It's not hotspot. Okay, here is a phone 5. Is it correct? No, right? Phone 5. Okay, iPhone 5. The password. Team lost again. I have to go to glorious, otherwise I'm talking myself. Okay, so this is first verses. We finish, and it's very powerful first verses. So when you need your fear, so you apply. Actually, good is all the time, you know. Chant these verses, really help you. These verses. Then you have a Mahamudra teachings, this Dzogchen teachings, so many teachings we already shared. So this each verses really helps you remember all that teachings. Otherwise, you know, other teachings is like really general, too long, and you really cannot apply to your daily practice. That's why we're using always a supplication Tara. So memorize each verses and chant all the time, and then you always have connect to the nature, mind, and to connect with the enlightened beings. So that is first verses. So now we go to the second verses. No realizing oneself is a Dharmakaya. The mind of sentient beings are all powered by negative emotions. He bestow these beings wandering in samsara and my mother. Supplicate Mother Deity of great compassion, please protect us. So here, this second verses is actually we generate our love and compassion. This first verses is wisdom, dharma, you know, true nature. We are actually supplication to our own true nature. The second verses is with supplication to our own compassion. So our own compassion is our own protection. This is a true protections. So auto level Tara is a protection, right? But this, you know, true protections, you really knowing your true nature, this is absolute true the protection. That is the first supplication. Second, protection is our compassion is like arise compassion in your mind. Then that is the true protection too. That is a Tara. How to, you know, cultivate or, you know, generate our compassion, we have to think about this way. No realizing oneself is a Dharmakaya. This one is really good, you know, when we have emotions. So thoughts going on that time, oh, I have a natural mind, Dharmakaya means. So I have this Buddha nature, but I didn't recognize. Yeah, no realizing oneself is a Dharmakaya. I'm myself is deluded. So you recognize our problem. Yeah, usually we don't recognize our problem. When you chant this, no realizing oneself is a Dharmakaya, or I have true nature mind, but no recognize, no realize, because I always deluded and follow the conceptual thoughts. And that moment you just go into your nature mind and meditate. Only you read just one sentence, that's really help you directly take you to in the true nature state, Dharmakaya state. Then the mind of sentient beings are all powered by negative emotions. Then you think also like, oh, I have so much emotions, I have so much thoughts, I have so much fears. So we have to recognize that, not for pointing for other people, like these people problem, this has their, you know, create me problems. You have to look to our mind, and we have to recognize all our emotions, these fears. This recognizes not auto level, you know, this job is a problem, my house is a problem, my relationship is a problem, not that way you looking, okay? Looking to your mind, and, you know, through the emotion, I have these problems. Because due to my emotion, I have these problems. You have to know that way. The mind was then same time, you recognize your emotions. The long as emotion we have, we are not happy. Then we have fears. Then we have sad. Actually, we are suffering. So negative emotions 100% control us. We are innocent, suffering. So recognize that, and then also you look to your mind. It's just this second verse, the first one. It's our mind. Is Dharmakaya, means Buddha's mind, but we don't know that, and always minds follow the conceptual thoughts. That's why all these emotions arising. That's why we are suffering in samsara. Then you recognize your suffering, thinking about it, then you have to think about others. I have fears. So everyone has a single beings has a fears due to the self-grasping. You really know then every single being has fears. So then in your mind arise compassion to that person, others. So you know, like we are controlled by afflictive emotions. We know every single being is controlled by afflictive emotions. Same as me, like you recognize. Then you arise compassion for others. So then you can think, okay, wishing these beings free from suffering, wishing these beings all have happiness. The authentic mind is arising in your mind. So the law of compassion comes into your mind, naturally release your emotions. You can release your emotions because that is the power of compassion. Compassion arises in your mind, naturally also release your self-grasping. So self-grasping is released, then all the negative emotion thoughts result is suffering is all gone. So that's why the compassion is a true Tara. It's true our protection. And then you read this third sentence. These beings wandering in samsara are my mothers. All these beings has fears. All these beings has, suffering. So according to different ways, many diversity suffering individually because due to self-grasping. You fear that recognize, then these all beings used to my mothers. We know we take birth in samsara, not only one life, right? We take birth many lifetimes in samsara. So then, same is in this present mother, other lifetimes also we have parents and a mother. So we wishing all these mother beings free from suffering and the causes of suffering, wishing that all mother sentient beings have a happiness, wishing all mother sentient beings causes of happiness. And then same time, you really wanted to help them, all these mother sentient beings. Then you can think, okay, I'm going to meditate, practice this teaching, the supplication Tara, this practice, I'm going to practice. And I practice supplication Tara, I want to liberate all each this sentient beings one by one. I wanted to liberate other beings. So that's called bodhicitta. So long as you have a compassion, the love, wanting to, wishing everyone is a happiness, then same time you have a compassion arise, because then you wishing everyone free from suffering. You have that wish, you right away have, I wanted to help others, wanted to liberate. So then authentic bodhicitta is arise. So this second verses is, in this case, is method. And also wisdom too. First verses directly talk about the, no realizing oneself is Dharmakaya, means directly talk about the true nature. Mind, it's wisdom. So that nature provide every single beings we not recognize because due to obstacle, we don't recognize. Every single being's Buddha, we don't recognize. The reason is due to obstacles. Due to this emotion controlled. So that's why then or emotional control beings are our mothers. So no, you wanted to liberate these beings. Supplicate Mother Tara, deity of compassion, great compassion, please protect us. So when you chant these verses, it is some feeling, compassion, love, compassion. Fear something arise. Under that, you just chant again and think about ourselves, love to ourselves suffering, then think about others suffering and supplicating Tara. So until some feeling is arise, your mind have to chant. Then that really helps become, you want to do again and again in the practice. Because you get something, your own experience. I share this teaching, if you hear many times all the time, then we chant every single day, but you don't really into meditate, then you really that much connections there. So then everyday chantings, you don't cultivate, meditate, use this supplication Tara, is you don't fear this power of the prayer, is this teaching practice. That's why when you read each verses, like cultivate, still, it is, each one is like 20 minutes. Then you recognize it really benefits this each verses. So this supplication Tara is mostly, my main practice. So when I get up, so I always try to chant these prayers because it really helps minds become clear, thoughts or negative emotions go away. When I try to go sleep, when I chant these each verses, you just mentally, cultivating these each verses. This each verses, each sentence I read mentally and then think about these verses, really remove emotions and also thoughts. And then fear is always a happy and joy, so that is always a king. Fear is my protection. Then every doesn't matter where you are, this easy to apply. Long as you have memorized this prayer, you can be in the swimming pool, you can be in the mountain hiking somewhere. So you just can be in the drive of the car, and every place, long as it is yourself, you can apply this practice. Other activities never discarded. There's more benefit. So if I apply this prayer in my mind, then I drive the car, I think it's much better than just follow the thoughts. Then I have a very, very clearly, other cars where it's coming, I recognize, I see the traffic lights, I can see the stop signs, I see how much I have the speed goes. And then driving also really happy, on the road, no stress out. And the traffic light stops, it's long, but then no pressure and no like lose the patience. Doesn't matter, it goes along, it's okay, you can let go, happy, So that's the, each moment, this each verses, supplication Tara liberating me, help me to free from this negative thoughts, emotions. So same, who apply these prayers, everyone can have that opportunity. That's why this prayer is very powerful. And then, also we are right now in samsara. So we need some protections. So, then we have to something how to say, apply, or we have to something, we need our own protection. This prayers, you can use your own protection. So when you have difficulty and whatever going on, like something negative problems, you have to recognize, okay, I have protection. I have a Yadam deity. My Yadam is a Tara. So long as you connect with the Tara, then the auto level, no, I'm going to like just auto level where you connect with the Tara. You long as you have devotions, you really feel Tara is always there with you. It's no questions. Because the enlightened being means wisdom and compassion, power. So no physical form. That's why always there, can be always there. If Tara is a physical form, then need a passport, need a citizens. You cannot come to like, okay, I went to other country, Tara cannot be here because she must be some other place, right? So enlightened beings no need the passport, right? They are no boundary, they don't have boundaries. And long as you open your mind and heart, supplicating, always there. The Buddha is wisdom, compassion, true nature. So that always there. You recognize that long as you have devotion, you supplication to Tara, then you really feel I have a protection. So that's you have to know. That don't think about the protection means like even small details, like something, like worldly things needed to apply protection. The main point is protection is like remove your negative thoughts and the emotions and care about like taking care for the truly, not temporarily. You think, oh, today I am going to do this, like wishing success for Tara, you have to help me. If you know success for that day, then you upside to Tara, you cannot think that way. So that is like wrong view practice the Yadam deity and the Tara. So the when you apply Tara means like you have to release all the thoughts and the emotions. Thoughts, emotions, our the me enemy or true enemies. So that control us in samsara. So that only this deity, Yadam deities can help us to protect us. So use this supplication Tara, and then you always think I have something, my protection. So when you're ready to call, do something, chant these prayers. I supplicate Mother Tara, deity of great compassion, please protect us. So that is the second verses. Now we go to the third verses. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follow the words of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusive philosophical views and the dharmas. I supplicate Mother Tara of perfect wisdom, please protect us. So the third verses is supplication to the wisdom. If we don't have wisdom, then so we think we're doing something right. We're doing something we correct, but it's sometimes not correct, incorrect. We do so much mistakes. Even we think I'm doing great, and you create something, it's causes of happiness, no cause. I mean, the causes of suffering, no causes of happiness, because due to ignorance. Here, the third verses, you have to use your own policy. Actually, your own policy. You have to guide your mind yourself. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, it means like when you read these verses, you look to yourself, search yourself. Dharma is really born in my heart or not? You have to checking yourself. So, what is Dharma? Have to born into our mind. Must be love and compassion in your mind and heart. It's without that, then you're doing something ultra level and different kind of, activities, actually they are whatever you're doing is not really practitioner. You're not really doing that great. You know, you just looking great, but no true essence there. So that's why we have to look to ourselves. I know and believe everything's impermanent. Not just chanting words say, oh, everything's impermanent. That is, you really trust in your mind. You search yourself. And you look to yourself. I really have love and compassion for others. So not, like attachment love, right? Really, I have something love for precious, not attachment love for others I have or not. We have to think that and check ourselves. If Dharma is not, Dharma is not born in one's heart, then what happens? One just follow the words of a conventional meaning. If Dharma is not there, then just auto level, we think we are practitioner, but innerly, truly, we are no practitioner. So you look to yourself, like, I really can stop my thoughts. Use this practice. If you can stop your thoughts, use this practice, okay, I'm practitioner, I'm good. You use this practice, you can stop the emotions. If you can, then you say, okay, Dharma is born my heart. But that kind, you have to, every time you have to check in yourself. It's really good to do that. Then less become your service, is pride. This reduces our pride, create more humble for others. Sometimes we have so much ego arise because we think I'm great, right? And if we are really great, then Dharma have to born into our heart and mind. So must have to have love, compassion for others. And this practice use, then you remove all the thoughts and emotions. Suffering is you can take into the path, then you have Dharma is born into your heart. Otherwise, still Dharma is not really born into the heart. So this verses help me and reduce my ego. Okay. So this practice, you have to use ourselves, and this each verses needed to help us reduce our emotions, not create emotions. Then see, here says, one just follow the words of convention. I mean, otherwise, just we think we are practitioner, auto level practitioner, but not truly practitioner. So that's the, it's right now in the world, many people, especially young people, that I don't want to become religions. The reason is because the many religion followers, they don't have true Dharma in the mind. They just follow the words and names, and then they use that and create causes of suffering many other people. So people see that, then they say, okay, I don't want to be religion. So they don't know how to make separate a person and religion. Actually, religion, true religion and the person, we have to make separate. The person mistake, or this is a really Dharma, teaching mistake, we have to know. But most people don't have that ideas and that kind of condition to investigating. Just always follow the person. The person does mistakes, then they give up the religion. So that's we see many this kind of happening in the world. Is reason is who use the religion's name, they only use this words, not follow through the Dharma. If the meaning Dharma is not born in one's heart, okay, one just follow the words of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusional philosophical views and the dharmas. Then say, I am Christian, I am Buddhist, so each has their own view and then very strong attached to that. Same time, hatred to others. So then create, so much harming each other, causes of suffering. So that is become actually truly no religion practitioner. If someone follow the religion, must have to have a compassion and a love and respect to other traditions. If not that, then the fake followers actually fake. But most people don't recognize that. That's why then they criticize religion, so we have to know this. The main point is one just follow the words of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusional philosophical views and the dharmas. You cannot attach to your own religion and view. Use religion and view is your liberation, your protection, your support. But you attach to that, then religion is become poison too. Like religion is not poison, but we using our, create wrong way to create ourselves. Then not benefit ourselves. So that's why we have to supplicate Mother Tara of perfect wisdom, please protect us. We have to supplication to Tara, please protect us. So this Tara is like wisdom. Wisdom means knowing truth. What is right, what is wrong. Actually, you have to create knowledge and understanding truth, not just follow the blank faith. And you know the true Dharma, then you rely on the person. So person does mistakes, you never lost connect with the Dharma. If you follow by the person does mistakes, then you lose already connection to the Dharma. So that's why, it's the reason Buddha says you have to investigate to me. You have to investigate my teaching. It's whether it makes sense or not. You have to use your knowledge. And we don't have ability to do that. Then that's why we have to study. Use all the teachings we have to study. And then we know the true teaching. So long as you know the true teaching, then your devotion is also called Dharma devotion. You knowing the truth arise devotion is called Dharma devotion. The Dharma devotion is irreversible devotion. Never going to lost because you know the truth. So that's why true Dharma devotion is not only also intellectually arise. You meditate, practice, then true Dharma devotions arise because your own experience. Yeah. So intellectual, we knowing the Dharma, but if you know meditate, you know practice, you don't use the Dharma practice, you have a kind of devotion, but still you don't have your own experience devotion. So that's why we have to create our own experience. That is the wisdom, true wisdom. Then that long as you have that wisdom, you have absolute true the protection. Okay, so that's the third verses. Then it is difficult to it's a fourth one. It is difficult to understand our own mind is Buddha's mind. Seeing nature mind, but not familiarizing with its true practice. We are lost in unwholesome worldly activity. As supplicate Tara of perfect mindfulness, please protect us. So this, true Tara is mindful. Mindful, we need always a guide for us. Mindfulness protect us. Here it says it is difficult to understand, means like our true nature is very hard to understand. Our own mind's Buddha's mind. Very, very hard and difficult to understand. Why? Because we always deluded, follow the conceptual thoughts. We don't have habituate or pattern karmic imprints looking onto the on our own nature. That when you're waking up morning, right away your mind is locked to the object. So you already deluded, follow the conceptual thoughts. You are not you have a Buddha mind, but you're not looking into that nature. You're already looking to the wrong directions already. So that habit is very strong already, very strong. That's why hard to recognize. Actually, not that hard to recognize. But hard to recognize is because our habit is so strong to minds follow the object, conceptual thoughts. No, we don't have any, our habituate looking into the nature. So always easily follow the thoughts and distracting. That's why it's called, it is difficult to our own minds, Buddha's mind, very difficult to understand. Actually, knowing nature mind is very simple. Very easy, actually too easy. That's why, no knowing, no understand. We put everything's effort. And, doing something like whatever you're doing, something is like create or actions, effort, then you cannot be in the true nature state. You put already effort, something. True nature is no effort, just relax, be in the state, in the nature, right? It's you don't have to do anything. We always think, recognize true nature is have to do something, create something, then you are not in the natural state. That's why it's, even it's very simple, very easy, but it's we create so much complicated there. And that's the reason Buddha mind is not easy to recognize, very hard to understand. For our case, seeing nature mind, but not familiarizing with the true practice. Then you know, like you know, so okay, nature mind, seeing nature mind means you have this teaching. And not only this teaching, you have like other teachings. Other teaching you can have like Dzogchen teaching, Mahamudra teachings, many different practice. You know true nature mind, but we don't practice because seeing nature mind, even we know we have a Buddha mind, but not familiarizing means no practice, no meditate. With its true practice. So we are lost in a wholesome bodily activity. We then lost already in samsara. Even we know true nature, Buddha nature, we have this true nature within us always, but we don't practice. That's why we are lost in already in samsara. This loss in samsara is not only like I'm beginning less time until now we lost. We lost every moment, all the time. This verses really help for me. It's something going on my mind. Right away, I'm thinking about we are lost in a wholesome body. Okay, I lost. Yeah. The right moment that you can back to your mind and meditate, try to be in the natural states. And loss is actually, of course, we say generally I'm beginning less time until now we lost, but in truly every moment we lost. So you have to recognize your, mind and the nature and go into the nature mind, meditate, use this method. This help you mindful, you are lost. So when you read this sentence, you know, it's really helpful guide your mind for. You know you are lost. This sentence come to my mind even I'm in the dark of the car, or my mind is lost. So really helps like just moments, you know, look to my nature and meditate. And they of course lost again because this conceptual thoughts always so strong habituate. You cannot be that strong too long, stay in the natural mind. So when these verses come into your mind, you can back into again, you know, you can find yourself back into the natural mind again. Supplicate, we are lost in our some worldly activities. They are supplicate Mother Tara of perfect mindfulness, please protect us. So this with supplication to the Tara, the true Tara is mindful. So when you chant these verses, you have mindful, then you know you lost. So generally we don't have mindful, and then minds always follow the thoughts. So this verses really help your minds bring back again. Supplicant, so mindfulness, please protect us. Then we go to the next verses. The absolute nature of mind is self-arising, no Buddha wisdom. When you read this, that sentence, long as you meditate, it's very powerful, truly, you know. So the absolute nature of mind is self-arising, means like you really into your mind, is like self-arising, always there, never lost, self-arising. So long as you have mindful, you know you are lost, you look to your own nature, the nature is always there. You can stop delusions anytime, anytime. Then this mind, you know, absolute nature mind self-arising. So always there, you log into the nature and be in the nature, you know, meditate. Then you feel joy and happy. Of course, like you free from this dualistic conceptual thoughts. So then no door Buddha wisdom. You really see this is the Buddha. You don't have any doubts. So many meditator practitioners say, 1,000 Buddhas comes, say your meditation is not right. So I don't have any doubts. Means, so long as you use this practice, you practice meditate, so then you have your own experience. So Buddha or come to say, oh, your meditation is wrong. You don't have any doubts. You know your meditation is truth, right? It really never happened. 1,000 Buddhas come to you, your meditation is not right, and they're never going to happen. Say, but that means you have confidence yourself. You truly, you have your own experience. So this verses sentence, I mean, this sentence is very powerful. You read all the time this sentence again and again. You always have protection. Something you have guide. So the absolute nature of mind is self-arising. Low to mind, always there, never lost. So that is called non-drawer Buddha wisdom. It's non-drawer. Yeah, non-drawer means this, you know, nature mind. We're not talking about conceptual mind. So your minds follow the thoughts. That time we don't call nature mind. That time we call consciousness. Because you follow the thoughts. You don't see your nature. So think about, you know, ice is, water is already ice. Nobody call water. It's everyone call ice. Same, your mind is deluded. Then no one call nature mind. Ice is merged to the water, then everyone call water, no one call ice. Same, you know, you are into your own nature mind. You free from this dualistic conceptual thoughts. You are in the non-dual states. That is called Buddha mind, nature mind. We don't call that is a consciousness. So that we have to cultivate or familiarize again and again, practice all the time. Then the absolute nature mind is self-arising. Its mind is not independent, you know, it's independent, not dependent. So that point also always there. You can meditate anytime. Long as you meditate, log to your mind, you can find it all the time, anytime. It is there all the time, never lost. So you don't need to think about, you know, oh, my nature is not nighttime, only daytime. So I have meditated only daytime. So then that is a wrong view, right? Wrong perception again, wrong thoughts. Your nature is never lost. I already told that up there, sun itself never has a sunrise, never have a sunset. Sun is always there. So we have morning, we have a night, we have a birth, we have a death, but nature is always there shining, never lost. Even we lost this body, this nature is never lost, it's there. So we can take birth to harems. Harem suffering never remove our nature mind. That's why we can come back to human beings again. Nature mind, fire cannot burn. Water, wind elements cannot destroy. So the nature is always there. So you are enlightened, your nature is not increasing. You are deluded, suffering in samsara, your nature is not decreasing, actually. It's the same. Because the sun is covered by thunderstorm, hurricanes, the kind of like weather, sun itself is nothing different. The sun itself is the same. Sun is the same. So weather never affected to the sun. Same, our emotions, suffering never affected to the nature. Nature is always there, same. That's why I call self-arising. Nature mind is self-arising, non-dual Buddha wisdom. Yet, because of habitual grasping to dualistic conception, then what happened for us? We didn't recognize that what happened for us. So here says, see, what happened for us? Yes, because of habitual grasping, we have so strong our habitual grasping and dualistic conception. So that's why even nature is there, we don't recognize. We have so strong this, dualistic conception, habitual is so strong. We know, knowing we don't recognize. That, usually the practitioners say, every morning you wake up, actually first is nature is arise. Waking up is true nature is there, like no mind is ready to go to the conceptual thoughts. But we don't recognize, then we always waking up I and the self. So already, habitual grasping to dualistic conception is arising for us. We not knowing the true nature is arising. So whether it's like, the weather is like for all this thunderstorms and the rain, and then you don't seeing the sun is arise, even sun is arise. Same every morning, nature is arising, but we not recognize. So meditators, when morning wake up, the nature is arise, and they don't dilute it right away. They stay in the nature. If we have that ability, then we have opportunity to liberate in the pardo. So when this body is gone, consciousness, we talk about in the pardo 3 stages we can liberate. So your body is gone, mind, body is separate. Right moment there, you realize your nature, you liberate from this body, from the body, and you are enlightened. But generally, no very high level practitioner meditators, usually mind, body separate when we die, unconsciously stay. Some says 3 days, but I don't know exactly how long we stay, I think unpredictable for my understanding, really unpredictable. Who has more self-grasping can be stay longer. Some has less self-grasping can stay short moment, is unconsciously. Generally teaching says stay 3 days, but that is just general, and the individual always says situation case is different. Could be stay like not 1 day or 1 hour, you don't know. But then you waking up, consciousness is arising nature. So that nature is stay longer. That says like stay longer, can be 5 minutes, can be 10 minutes. If you meditate in this life, you recognize that nature. So long as you recognize that in the pardo, okay, this is my nature mind, you are in this, become into the nature, you are liberating yourself in the Dharmakaya. So if in this cup has space inside, it's broken in this auto level, and this space is dissolved to in this universal space. Then your nature is become dissolved into same is like enlightened beings nature. So that's the usually in the Pardo teachings share lots about liberation stages. And the point is, if we don't meditate in this life, not possible to recognize in the Pardo, the true nature arising, we don't not recognize. So that's why we have to meditate in this life, practice. So use this teaching. Then we are bound by it no matter what we do. We bound by no matter what we do. Actually, we put effort. Sometimes we try much as we can, but we lost our effort. The why we lost our effort? Because due to obstacle, emotions very strong. If they're easy, then everyone must be become Buddha, That is not easy. So our habit to karmic imprint is not only this one lifetime. So many lifetime pattern, karmic imprint, habitual is so strong. Very hard to break that karmic imprint habituates. Not easy. So that's why, in the Buddhist more Mayamika teachings, the talk about emptiness teachings, even you have believe emptiness, you have something, like dropped about emptiness, that's also powerful karmic imprints. Because our habitual samsara is so thick, so strong, we not even think about emptiness, and no any ideas, no any doors. Like we always think everything's truly inherently permanently exist. So that kind of karmic imprint is so strong. That's why very hard to, the even we knowing this teaching, go into the natural states. So you don't have to make, you don't need to feel bad yourself. You have to accept. The point is, of course, it's not easy for me, it's hard. But still you don't give up your effort. Try when you have time, when you have this opportunity to practice, always apply this method. Always, anytime. No need time schedule actually. Anytime, any moment you can look to your own nature. And drink the, like cup of tea, you can look into your own nature. Yeah. And even you cooking, so still you have opportunity to look to your own nature. Every moment, every time you have opportunity to look to your nature. That's why, when we share the Garuda teaching, they talk about if you eat the sour food, you recognize it is a sour, then same time, look to your mind, into the nature. And then that also test of sour help you looking into the nature. If your hot food, you see it is hot. Same time, look to your mind, where is the hot? Where is the heart is come from, create, then you can look to your own nature. So every activity can help you to take you to the natural states, but every object can help you, make you deluded. Every object help you to take you to the natural mind. Do you understand? And also you can promise like something. When you're going to drive a car, when you started, car, and the same time, I always, I'm look to my mind, at least 1 minute, 2 minutes before go on the road. So that kind of you can create your habituate. When you go to sleep, before every time, say, I'm going to look my mind nature, meditate, release the delusions. And when you wake up, not going to do any actions, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can do look to your own natural mind. So always have possible there, because it's my nature is always there. So that's the see, I supplicate Mother Tara with no drawer, wisdom, please protect us. Absolute Tara is no drawer. You're free from conceptual thoughts, then that mind is absolute truth Tara, that is your protection, because you're free from these delusions. Then next is, although we abide in the perfect meaning of absolute truth. So actually, all these beings Buddha, absolute truly, every single being is Buddha. It's no questions, but relatively, we are deluded. We don't recognize who we are. So no, we do not understand the interdependence, cause and effect on the relative level. So true, absolute, truly, all beings Buddha, but relatively, everything is followed by cause and effect. Everything is dependent, not independent. So the main point is, we cannot say everything is emptiness until you have realized. Nature mind is Buddha, but we know when you look to in your nature, create conceptual thoughts. You can be in the non-door states. That times we are Buddha, truly Buddha, but we don't have that realization, fully realization. We don't have fully realization. So the main point is until that we have to follow by cause and effect, because we are in the relative states. So then how you know you have fully realization, no fear into the samsara, no, you don't have any fears to samsara, you don't have any hope to nirvana. So you have realized samsara nirvana is inseparable. So long as you have fears, then we have to follow by cause and effect. So this part is one of, I saw the Pema Sambhava's journey. It's very beautiful teaching. His guru taught Pema Sambhava. So Pema Sambhava went to practice meditate, and then he come back to again, talked with the guru. His guru just saying only a couple of words, not many words there. Only very short couple of words. Long as you have fear, you have to follow cause and effect. Until no fear, don't come back. So then Pema Sambhava have to leave. Repeat for what? Pema Sambhava has his guru, and his guru give very short instructions for him when he teach. So the Pema Sambhava say he knowing all this cause and effect. Told the guru says, do you have fears? It's long as you have fear, and then still you don't understand cause and effect. You have to go back to practice until no fear. Then don't come back, see me. So Pema Sambhava come back to again, after 3 years. That takes 3 years. Like teacher give you like really short instructions. I don't remember exactly everything. I cannot share everything here, but it's short instructions. Then Pema Sambhava have to leave 3 years practice. And then he reached that stage. He come back again. His guru told you another something. Do you have that? If not, until that, don't come back. So it's really beautiful there. So the point is, the realization emptiness, realize emptiness, then when we have that true realization, someone shooting us, you don't have any fears, no for death for fears. Expectation to no shoot. So Pema Sambhava, this teacher told me, until you have that realization, you have to follow cause and effect. It's many beautiful things there. So same, here is like long as even we are Buddha, but no, we are in the relative truth. Until that realization, we have to follow by cause and effect on the relative level. When one day you fully realize, the cause effect is cannot affect it to you. Karma cannot affect it to you. Because someone care us, we don't have any fears. Then that time we already free from cause and effect. Until that, we have to follow by relative true, and we have to create accumulation merit. The main point is here is, even true is known door, but we don't have that realization. We have to create accumulation merit. We have to follow by cause and effect. Otherwise, cause and effect, karma hold us in samsara. We stuck in the samsara. So we are ignoring about the true reality of phenomena. Here is we are ignoring about the true reality of phenomena because we're not knowing this true truth. We're not knowing cause and the effect. We know knowing absolute truth. We are Buddha. We know knowing cause and effect. Even relatively, we do not knowing relative truth because due to ignorance. That's why we have to supplicate Mother Tara. True truth means like knowing relative truth, knowing absolute truth. So that is omniscience. Omniscience means knowledge, knowing what is right, what is wrong. We know the cause and the effect. When we know the cause and the effect, we follow the cause and the effect, then that is our protection, relative truth protection. Because, karma is hold us in samsara. The negative karma is result is suffering. Positive karma is result is happiness. So we know knowing created karma, then we are suffering in samsara. That's why we need knowledge, knowing what is right, what is wrong. So long as you have this omniscience, we're not going to take birth to lower realms, animal realms. Because why is it take birth to animal realms? It's due to ignorance, not knowing, and create, negative karma. That's why born to the lower realms. And noise with supplication to true Tara is knowledge, knowing. We not create negative karma. Please protect us means knowledge protect us. Then the last verses. Last verses is conclusion of these verses. Like the nature of space, which is beyond all conceptual limits. The reality of our condition phenomena is not different from that. But their disciples on path do not realize it. I supplicate Mother Tara perfect enlightenment of the Tirikayas, please protect us. Okay, so here, the true nature is the same as space. True nature is the same as ocean. So we don't have that realization. We are stuck in the boundaries. So we are not in the space like same as a space realization. We don't have that realization. That's why I said like the nature of space. Like nature is the same as a space. But karma is then same as like boundaries. The karma put us prisoners. You cannot move ourselves. We are no freedom because due to karma. Reality is we are absolutely free. Same as a space, but due to karma, we are stuck in the prisoner. Nature is the same space, which is beyond all conceptual limits. So then actually all these phenomena is the same as a space, not truly exist. But we don't have that realization, we not knowing. Because all the ice is water, but due to conditions, not all the water is ice is water yet. So one day all this ice is merged to the water is one water, not separate. Same, every hour all these beings nature is the same as the space. Is but due to our karma create, we are separate. So that's the reason individually we have our own mind streams. So same is like, river, each river has streaming, separate. Until all this river is reuniting in the ocean. all this river is reunited in the ocean, then you don't have a separate stream. Until we are reached to the enlightenment, we have our own mind stream. So due to that, and the karma hold us separate and stuck in via samsara. Then the truly everything's emptiness, not only we talking about mind nature's emptiness. You think, oh, these mountains, rocks, beach, all this is true, but not true. Everything's emptiness. Truly, nothing is truly exists. Everything's the same as the space. So we have so many things. Everything's burnt, fire burnt. Then everything's one ash, no separate. So wisdom burns all these delusion conceptuals, then become everyone's one. So we have so many different clothes, different colors. All these different colors, clothes, different design, different shapes. Bring all together, put fire. Fire never makes separate. Fire burns everything. Same as emptiness, destroy all these conceptual and thoughts, everything is phenomena, is put into the space. Emptiness means like, no make separate. That means like everything is emptiness. You don't have to think about, how about the, you pointing some specific object, how about the then this rock, and how about this tree. You don't need to think about separate. Everything is become emptiness. Nothing is exist. So you bring all the cloth, put in the fire. Then you don't need to say, oh, this cloth fire can burn or not. When fire burns, what happened to this cloth? This fire burns all the cloth. They don't make separate. Every single cloth is burned. Doesn't matter which color, cheap or expensive. It's beautiful, beautiful, doesn't matter. Fire burns just everything. Same, long as you have realized emptiness, every single phenomena is put into the emptiness. Nothing is permanently stay. Do you understand? So that is this meaning. The main point is like everything is emptiness, truly. Nothing is exist inherently, permanently. The reality of all condition phenomena is not different from that. Everything is the same as space, emptiness. But they are disabled on the path who do not realize it. We are on the path, right now, we are not ready that level. We don't know that state. Still, we don't know. Because water is in the stream, is on the ground, not yet reunited in the ocean. Still, we have to flow ourselves. Still, we have to flow, right? So the water stream is reuniting in the ocean, then you don't need to flow. You just already be there. Then that means we already liberate. But they are disabled on the path who do not realize it. So no, as supplicate Mother Tara perfect enlightenment of the Tikayas, please protect us. With supplication to Tara, perfect enlightenment. Perfect enlightenment is three kayas. Three kaya is Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. And then that means you are reached to the enlightenment, three kayas. So three kaya is not separate. The main point is when we are on the path, three kaya is separate. But when you get realization, three kaya is inseparable. Your mind nature empty is Dharmakaya. Your mind clarity is Sambhogakaya. Your mind clarity and empty inseparable is Nirmanakaya. Called Nirmanakaya. It's become everything's oneness, inseparable. So then that means we are enlightenment. So then all the qualities become same as other Buddhas. So your compassion is associated with enlightenment, past, future, present all Buddha's compassion is inseparable. Your wisdom is all past, future, present Buddha's wisdom is inseparable. And then we have, the power to benefit other beings, never exhaust our qualities. Because your water is same thing about it. The water is reuniting ocean. Ocean never can draw up the heat. So means like our quality, Buddha's, this enlightening quality is never extinguished, exhaust until samsara's end. So then we have ability to benefit others because our enlightening quality is associated with inseparable with other enlightening beings. So that's why right now we practice this Yadam deities Buddhas, because we practice love and compassion. Visualize the Chinreza. Chinreza is form body of all the Buddha's compassion. So our compassion is a part of Chinreza already. And we, knowing this teaching, understanding all this study, gaining knowledge, wisdom. When we are enlightened, our knowledge is inseparable with Buddha Manjushri. The Manjushri is all the enlightened beings' wisdom. So then, see, this Buddhist hours benefit for others, wisdom and compassion. So same, on the path, you practice meditate, your practice is more strongest, you focus most medicine Buddha example, medicine Buddha healing. So when you are enlightened, all this healing, meditate practices dissolve with the medicine Buddha. And then you benefit healing for immeasurably for other beings. So right now our capacity is limited. When you're enlightened, your capacity is unlimited. Because you have the ability become same as all the other Buddhas quality, and our quality is inseparable. So same as water is become rich to the ocean, then the water is not only tiny small water, becomes like vast and depth, and so it's big, so heat weather cannot draw up, so never exhaust our qualities when reach to that level. So then you can arise from body, Chinreza, you can arise from body, Manjushri, sentient beings, supplication to the wisdom, your arise Manjushri. Sentient beings, supplication to Chinreza, compassion, you arise Chinreza from body. Sentient beings, who need like healthy and the power of medicine, healings, to pray for that, you have become able to the medicine Buddha. Do you want that? See, so that's the enlightenment means. Never exhaust qualities. Okay, so we finish everything teaching there today. Thank you, everyone. And time is also finished, yeah. It's good, everyone, okay?
Yes, good.
Beautiful, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
great
very
teaching.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect Buddha Rinpoche.
Wonderful.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Temple, beautiful teaching.
Temple.
Dedication, don't forget the dedication.
Of course.
PTJ.
Dhamma Lord Gambo Bapa Motrupa Lord Kaju Lamas. This virtue may achieve by defeating all enemies, confusion, may who traverse the wells of birth, order that cross the human samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, Vedisambhom rise, Vedisambhom is not decline. Where it is born,
Were you talking to me, Kempo?
I think that he dropped Ed. So
Oh.
yeah, we lost him. I don't know if he'll be coming back on or not. We'll wait and see here a second.
If he doesn't come back, does somebody have the dedication prayer to post and we can
Yeah.
still recite it together?
We could do that. That's a great idea. Sure.
Thank you.
I was just pulling that in.
Lode Chang, Talopa, Naropa, Damalur, Gangpa, Troop.
I'm sorry, 1 second. We're pulling it up. Thanks.
So I lost the connections. Oh. May the teaching of Guru Digompa Ranashuru, who some nation Lord of Dharma Master interdependence, continue increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation, until end of the samsara. Thank you. So finish. 다시 델렉.
다시 대대, 투체체.
네.
Dashi Delek. Thank you,
Thank you,
Kempo.
Kempo. Thank you, Kempo. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
델렉.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello to everyone here.
Thank you, Kempo.
Hasta mañana.
Thank
Oh
you,
no,
Kempo
hasta
Rinpoche.
Monday.
Hello.
Thank you, Kempo.
Hello, Sangha. Have a beautiful day.
Bye, Sangha.
Stay safe, everyone.
Have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.